cam in it. Today will be the last day of it. And after today, we will have a 180 in it. I'm gonna start pulling Mark 3, right, Frank?
What?
See you later, Frank.
Bye.
Frank's leaving. Gonna pull Mark 3 engine. Here's the 180. That's gonna be going in it. Get a nice little thumbnail. But it's already got the O2J in it, so I don't have to deal with any of that. So pull wheels, pull all the intake stuff. I took out the AC, so I just gotta drain the oil, take off the wheels, axles, and start unplugging a couple things up here. It should be out pretty quickly. These are actually pretty simple engines to pull, but you gotta pull them out from the top. So I'll pull the front end off too as well. Yeah, see you guys in a minute. So got a lot of stuff off. Just checking in with you guys. Got the axles out. You gotta take the flanges out as well. It's just one 6mm bolt. And then again, you know, just take off the lower bolts and covers and whatnot. It's just easier to get to it now. Drain the trans fluid. This trans isn't staying. This is a 2-liter trans. Don't need it anymore. Drain the oil. Pull the axles, pull the ball joint nuts. Easy. I just gotta yank this axle out. Undid the exhaust. Also took off the lower manifold bolts up there. You can probably see them. I'm just gonna pull the whole manifold off of the head. That's the easiest way, honestly. Get a swivel 3/8 with a long 8mm triple square. And get the old Milwaukee out, and you just hammer them out and use a screwdriver, turn the rotor. Easy enough. 6 of them. It just flops out like that. Check these 3 bolts out right here, and the one nut off the end, and you just swing it out. You don't really have to mess with alignments after doing this. It'll be fine. Just figure it out. Come on now. Keep all the bolts in there. Set it down. Easy enough. Coolant drain, got the power steering drain. Gotta go around, get some of these screws. Got one screw there with the tag bracket I made. Another bolt here. Some zip ties up there, hold it on. And the little pin guys right there. And then up top I'll have to pull the grill off. Front end off. Sure everybody saw how terrible the AC lines were, or actually just the upper. Look at that. I tried many methods, heat, PB, but it's ruined. Over here to it. You can see the threads are just completely gone. So gonna need a condenser. I was gonna try to use the rad, the 2-liter rad, but it's better for the swap to have the VR rad because you'll have both hoses over here on this side instead of on this side. So it's just a lot easier to run everything. This was a new rad, but it's leaking. So since it's leaking, I'll just get the VR rad. That way I don't have to deal with it. Maybe I'll look at like FCP Euro or something like that. That way I can get lifetime warranty on it, because that radiator is like a year old. So that sucks. So I have to order that. Order this this AC hose. That's going to be the worst part. Trying to find one of those good and used. Still got a decent amount of wiring to take off, but it's actually pretty easy on these because you just have this barrel connector right there, and as soon as you undo that, you can just pull that over to the side, and then the body side harness, which is like starter, crank stuff, AC, alternator, that stuff can all just hang out over here. You can leave all the engine side stuff on. Just gotta undo the throttle cable. This is actually, if you notice, it's so long. This car used to be turboed, and I made my own short runner and all. So this is a 98 New Beetle accelerator cable. When you get those, it's perfect for Mark IIIs because even though it's like a Mark IV, it still snaps into a Mark III pedal. So once it snaps into the Mark III pedal, then you can, run short runners for VRs, whatever you're doing in here. But I'm taking all that out. We're going to be doing drive-by-wire, so it's full 180, Mark IV management. Got the ECU on the way. Still plenty to do. Have to make the downpipe work. 180 eBay downpipe, used one. I'll cut it up, it'll be easy. But over here's the engine. I re-gasketed everything. I have the TT225 intake manifold because again, since this was turboed before, I have a bash bar at home with all the intercooler stuff and intercooler piping, and I had my intake piping routing the same way as the TT225, so hopefully it'll be pretty painless to run the intercooler piping. But you can also see it's got the billet intake manifold injector cups. Didn't remain. New coolant flanges, all that kind of stuff. I got to swap this out because with this sensor, like for some reason, will not work with the Mark III cluster. So you put the Mark III square pin and the coolant temp sensor in. Put that in there, and then you can just use the same wires that are already ran. You just obviously repin them to the 4-pin square plug. I actually shaved this valve cover. So this is a stock 180 any type, and you just grind everything down, weld a few holes, and then you get the OEM. I think these are Tiguan or Touareg coil pack adapters. They don't sit the greatest, but that's better than nothing. And then 2OT coils, all that kind of stuff. The best part is the eBay turbo. I got this engine really cheap off one of the Mark IV part out boys, so can't complain. Didn't feel like it had much shaft play. It also looks like this turbo has been replaced pretty recently, and whoever installed it installed things wrong. I fixed it all. Had to replace the turbo gasket because that was blown out. The main thing I need right now is the clutch and flywheel setup, because since this is an O2J conversion that I did a while ago, I need the clutch out of it. Clutch and flywheel, you can see got nice shift linkage, hydraulic slave, all the good stuff. Don't have to worry about blowing the transmissions apart like if it was a 020. Got the hoist out. About to pull the engine, the ABA out of here, out of the Mark III. Probably hook it up right here at this mount, possibly right here on the cylinder. Should be relatively painless. Definitely gonna make a mess. No matter how many times you drain coolant, pull hoses, there's always gonna be more coolant coming out. So I'll make a mess, put a homeless guy bed down, and then we'll pull the trans off, get the clutch, flywheel, and throw it onto the 180, and then we can put the 180 trans on it. Should be able just to yank it out of here. Nice yank. Plow into a couple things. That's it. There's your there's about a whole 80 horsepower. I mean, I don't know. It's got a big cam in it, but it's pretty slow. So get the trans off real quick. I need this mount. I need the speed sensor. Also need this diff cup because you need the 100mm axles for Mark IIIs. They have 100mm axle cups. They come on pretty much every Mark IV TDI and early 2 liters, maybe all 2 liters, but no, they all gotta be 5 speeds, obviously. Come off with this front bracket. I'll show you guys how to modify this because there's a lot of miscommunication on these front motor mount brackets. If this is an original 2-liter one, but everyone says you have to have a TDI one in order to fit an O2J trans, but it's a lie. You just gotta modify it.